here are your hosts, Tyler, Jake, and Rob.
Yo, 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 yo.
How's it going?
Show me the bear show.
Last number 4, our bet loser last week.
Let me get my mic out of this thing really quick for all of our viewers out there.
Can we get a bear down?
Can we get a bear down real fast? Come on. We have some technical difficulties. There we go.
For all of our followers out there, my Houston Texans let us down once again. So all stream, I will have my good old Chicago Bear logo up, and I'll give you all one time and one time only, one last one, a good old bear down.
What have we learned? What we have learned?
We learned to never bet again. We never learned to take the Houston Texans in any bet, whether it's for money, background changes.
I want to know why is the C for Chicago backwards?
Yeah, why is it backwards? Like that's what I'm curious.
I don't know, man. You get what you get, and you don't complain.
I mean, that's what you get when you bet for the Houston Texans winning. I mean,
it was kind of funny for all of our viewers out there. I'm the one that brought that bet up. So if the Cowboys would have lost, Tigre would have had to done the Giants background, and then Rob would have had to have done the Bears, Packers. And who was it?
Tampa,
the Bucks background. Yeah. So I'm the one that kind of brought the bet up, or not even kind of. I did, and then I'm the one that got fucked.
You're the instigator, pay the piper.
That's how usually how it works, though. So,
well, I mean, how you guys doing today? We got a game going on right this moment.
Yeah, what is
over across the pond?
Oh my god!
Yeah, we got a little 46-yard field goal by Gary Joseph. He's about to put up a 20 bomb on me in my own league. Let's see if he hits this, and he hits another one. That's 4. God damn!
19 to 14. I mean,
of course, I played a guy that's 4 for 4 in field goals.
Yeah, that's how it always works. But some people in some leagues that they're all take away the kicker, take away the
it's
defense, and it's for this particular reason why you were happy to have a kicker playing. Like if you took a kicker out, the guy who made 4 field goals, it's
we
20
got
points you're missing.
A guy in our league, his team name's Team Kicker, because he's like, we got to keep the kicker. I don't want to keep kickers in my fantasy leagues. It's just too much.
I think this is the prime example why.
You always have the traditional guys, and you have the guys that want to adapt to new ways.
I don't know. I'm just all about the highest competitive balance, I guess, so to speak. And I think not having kickers in there is the way to go. Just personally, most of my leagues have kickers in it, though. It's not something that I'm going to fret about, but that's just my opinion.
Looking at the box score over here, Andy Dalton's actually playing a pretty good game. 14 for 18, 137.
He's not playing terrible. They got
if you've watched this game at all, then he hasn't been playing a good game.
Oh, damn. We just got a special delivery.
What is that?
I don't know. What is this?
What is
a big red? Okay. Got to turn I got to turn this off real quick. So I just got a delivery in my office. Oh, we got a big red from McDonald's.
There you go.
We got a good old sausage McGriddle and a hash brown.
Hey, I ate one of those earlier this morning.
Yeah,
I just got a turkey sausage, egg avocado, and a bagel. That's where I was. That's what I was flying down the freeway.
A little special delivery.
Man, down here in Texas, bagels aren't too big. You don't really have bagel shops around town, so you gotta, I guess, compromise with Einstein.
I will admit, Rob, getting a taste of the North and the South, nothing beats a good old bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese
on a bagel.
Good old local bodega.
I mean, bodegas are always the key way to go. If you're ever in New York, always the best breakfast you're ever going to get is from a bodega. You'll never go get a better breakfast than what you get there, and it's the cheapest breakfast you'll get. So,
all right, fellas.
Well, fellas, we got a few things
get this
to
thing
get
rolling.
Into.
I'm just looking at the box score going on right here. So
there's some
you guys
weird lines for today. I don't know. Some of these are Bills -3 at Ravens. That's gonna be a dogfight. We got Chiefs at Bucks -1. Bucks -1.
Let's start off with our locks of the week then. Week 4 NFL season locks of the week. Let's start it off.
I don't know how many locks there are though. When I look at this, Bears at Giants, that's a toss up. I mean, Chargers -6 maybe. I'll get into my lock. My I got a little 2-teamer lock, I think, for the viewers out there. I'm on Cowboys -3 and Bucks -1. I'll give it to the Cowboys. I've been disrespecting them lately, but it's just because they're kind of like the Aggies. They always have so much high hope, and they always piss you off and let you down. Another week of, we won't get into that, but another week of the Aggies letting everyone down. Another fucking week, man. But I won't get off topic. But yeah, my little 2-teamer lock of the week. I like the Cowboys tonight. I'll tell y'all later why. And then Bucks. I think like me and TG were talking about last night. I think Godwin's the X factor. What is he going to be when he comes back? Evans is back.
As you know, I got to see that hammy healed up, man.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be limited today.
Yeah, they already said he's going to be on a snap count.
I think we're going to see a lot of Cole Beasley today because he had a pretty solid outing after a few days of practice last week against Green Bay. He caught a couple of big third downs.
Is Julio going to be back or?
They said Julio's going to be back, but he's going to be back limited. He's not going to be back fully.
So I got a little 2-teamer lock for the viewers out there. Cowboys -3, Bucks -1. I'll send it to y'all.
So I will come off on that. I'm looking at these lines, and I'm gonna do 2-teamer as well. I got Giants -2.5. I think
like that.
I just think the Giants are a much better team, and
At home too.
At home, I think that they're very upset for taking the L against at home against the Dallas last week, and they're just gonna show up against Bears. I think Kenny Galladay, now with Shepard being out for the year, is gonna get his targets finally.
You think you're gonna get to play?
He'll play.
My boy Richie James.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be James, David Stills. And
I think you're stupid enough to get Galladay out there and like get him some catches.
I think there's something on the back end.
Darius Slayton over him. Like there's something going on with Galladay and that coaching staff.
Yeah.
Well, keep going. Who's your other one?
And then my other one, I'm gonna go Green Bay -9.5. I mean, come on. I mean, no Mac Jones. Those wide receivers are not.
And if I'm betting on that game, I don't want to bet that spread, dude. I really don't. I'll take Green Bay. I'll take Green Bay's money line and throw in 50 on it or something and win what it'd probably be like a $20.
I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's a good segue to my must start. And I'll get more on that later. But I do think that Green Bay at home, where Rodgers usually is better at home than he's away. That with the crowd on his side, with no Mac Jones, no. Who else is out? There's somebody else who's out too.
Jacoby Myers is out.
Jacoby Myers. With a backup quarterback with barely no wide receivers. I mean, Brian Hoyer, come on.
What was
throw Jameis Winston in there? I still wouldn't.
Was the Packers spread against the Bears a couple weeks ago? Was that? I think that was like -9.5 too, and I was kind of sketched out by that. But they came out and won by what 17, something like that, 20 or something.
It was like 24-7 or something like that.
Yeah, so
I don't think the spread was that high though. I think it was
at 6.5. I think it was 6.5.
Was it?
I mean, that was week 2. Packers got beat by the Vikings. It was a little bit different.
And the defense always plays good at home. By the way, the Saints are driving the ball down the field. They're at the 11.
Oh no! Hey, I was right, boys. Packers were -10.5 against the Bears. And they won 27-10, so they won by 17. So I think
I have confidence in the Packers at home.
Are you sure that was like the ending line before game time, or was that like a live line at the end of the game?
That's just what it said on the ESPN app. I thought it was around 10 because I was pretty hesitant on that line as well. But because that's why I was so confident. That's why I really like the Bears.
Do me a favor right now. What's the over/under on the Jaguars-Eagles game? You got that for me?
Game over/under is 46.
I think my lock of the week is the under on that. I don't know if you guys have checked the forecast there in Philly, but it's fucking pouring down rain. They got the tarp out right now. It's going to be sloppy. I think the Jaguars are going to try to just run the ball, slow down the game, and I think it's going to be a big-time under. I'm thinking like a 17 to, 16 game or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a big decision to make on Miles Sanders then, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jaguars, I'll go ahead and segue there. My dog of the day.
Yeah, I just literally just said that before you showed up here, and I was like, I think Jags will probably take it. I have James Robinson and both Miles Sanders in that game, and I think it's like you just said. If it's a pouring rain, it's just gonna be nothing but running, and I just don't think that Jalen Hurts is actually going to run the ball that much. I think this is the day the running backs are going to show up and actually do what running backs do best.
You know what other game I kind of like too? I like Atlanta +1 at home against the Browns.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. No.
Yeah,
I mean, that's basically a pick 'em, but I mean,
I think people sleep on the Falcons. I really do. I think they're actually a pretty solid team. Like, they have some moving pieces. I don't know if Mariota's, he's probably not the long-term answer because of Ritter. But I think they're kind of one of those teams that can win any given week. You know what I mean?
So is that
good? Patterson's playing, so I mean, they're at full strength on offense. Atlanta is. Cleveland, they're going to try to come out and pound the ball like they always do. And I think that Falcons' run defense is a little bit underrated. Now their pass.
Breaking news: Taysom Hill rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and a 2-point conversion by Landry, by the way. So it's down 20.
For anyone that's watching, it has either of those guys.
I want to say this on the record. Last week, week 3 was probably one of, if not the weirdest fantasy football weeks that I've witnessed in a long time. Nobody really went off. A lot of good players didn't score hardly any points. And I mean, I think this game might be just what's the word I'm looking for? A outlier this week. But this game's already shaping up to be a weird fantasy scoring game. You got Latavius Murray just activated off the practice squad, taking Ingram's touchdown. I bet you some people who might have woken up in time to get Kamara out of the lineup had Ingram as an insurance policy.
I have a question for you. At the beginning of the season, we all did our top 10. Now with all the injuries, and now we know James Winston is not the quarterback there. Do you still have Alvin Kamara in your top 10?
I'd have to
solely on what he has produced now, and
as of right now, no way.
I mean,
not his talent, because obviously his talent-wise, of course, he'll be in top 10.
But I think Alvin Kamara is one of those guys where if you can buy him for lower than what his actual value is right now, I think that you try to do it.
You can't sell him for like a. I'm trying to think. You can't sell him for like a Michael Pittman now. You have to sell him for something lower. No one's gonna.
There's been a lot of duds. I feel like there's been a lot of duds this year though at RB. I mean, Najee hasn't done much. Eckler hasn't done much.
Yeah, I mean Eckler's
Dalvin Cook's not doing much.
Yeah,
I think it's just still so early. We're going into week 4 right now. I think if you look at guys like Eckler, you can even say Joe Mixon on that list too. He had his best game fantasy-wise Thursday, but I think you can put him in the list. I think you can put Dalvin Cook on that list. I'll keep Kamara off because he's been banged up, but all those guys are still getting the volume to produce at a high level, and I think it's just a matter of time.
I know you keep saying like it's still early, but week 4 and 5 and like the next 3 weeks in fantasy football purposes, like there's key weeks.
We're not even a quarter of the way through the season.
Yeah, but they're key weeks though, because it's like.
But if you're talking to a guy that's 0-3 in fantasy, he has Alvin Kamara, and you're telling him, "Hey, it's only week 3, it's only week 4." How much longer do you tell him to hold on to Alvin Kamara if he's 0-3 or even 1-2?
I mean, here's the unfortunate thing: is just like Rob said, you can't really sell Kamara for very high right now. And I think if you're in that spot, you use that top pick on him, you got to ride it out at this point. I really truly believe it, because what you're gonna get back in return is just not gonna help you in any way, you know.
Yeah, but if your return was for Alvin Kamara for like a Michael Pittman, I know I just said you're not gonna do it, but like a Michael Pittman and like a Chris Olave, you might get those guys. Would you do that trade? I would.
Say it again.
Alvin Kamara, Michael Pittman, and Chris Olave or whatever his last name is for the Saints. Yeah, Olave.
I mean, saying trade Alvin Kamara for Michael Pittman and Chris Olave.
Yeah, I would do it.
It's those are hard though. The ones that are the stud RB for the 2 receivers. If I'm going to trade an Alvin Kamara, I want like a tier 2, tier 3 running back, and then a receiver as well. So I would want like a Chris Olave and maybe like a.
I think it's all
David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, something like that.
Who else is on your roster? You know, who's your other backs? Who's your other receivers?
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
That kind of stuff really matters when you're talking fantasy football trading, just because like in a vacuum, I still probably wouldn't make that trade just because Alvin Kamara's ceiling is going to be higher than those guys. But if I have, Let's
Well,
say
you're
I have
thinking hypothetically.
let's
T.
see, I have Alvin Kamara and I got Aaron Jones or something in round 2, or I don't know. Give me another name. Say I got
receiver or running back,
just another running back.
like in the round 2, 3, or what?
Yeah.
Zeke, David Montgomery, Travis Etienne, Mixon.
I mean,
Chubb.
I would trade Travis Etienne now. Honestly, they're using him more as a wide receiver than a running back, not offense.
Running backs were weird this year.
Just if I had another solid RB2, I would strongly consider trading away Kamara. But if I'm, for instance, in one of my leagues, I have Alvin Kamara.
Say if you had Saquon and Alvin, would you trade Alvin?
Well, yeah, that wouldn't be, that wouldn't be hard to do, knowing that you have Saquon.
Because Saquon is like, he didn't go first round; he went 2 or 3.
But here's the thing: I'm in a league. It's full PPR. You start 3 receivers and a flex.
Yep, me too. I'm in that league as well.
Not the league you're in. 14 man. So I went heavy on receivers in my draft, but I did take Alvin Kamara with I believe my second pick. And my other starting running back all season has been J.D. McKissick for the Redskins. Now, on paper, that
you
looks
love that 0 RB.
It looks bad, but I mean, McKissick in a full PPR gets you 8 to 12 points a game.
Yeah,
and when I got
production,
when I got Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Brandon Cooks, and Curtis Samuel as my 4 starting receivers, like it kind of, I don't know, it evens itself out. But Kamara has been killing me. So this week I'm starting J.D. McKissick and who did I pick up? I picked up Jerick McKinnon for the Chiefs this morning. I was very surprised he was on the. But now I have to start both of them this week.
I'm in the exact same boat as you, T. Like, I have Brandon Cooks. I'm in a full PPR in my Yahoo league, like 3 wide receivers, two running backs, tight end, and like my wide receivers are Chase, Cooks, and DJ Moore. But I also have Chris with New Orleans. I have Romeo Doubs. I picked up some good dudes, but with the production that DJ Moore and Cooks have been giving me currently, like I started Chris over I started Chris over DJ because it's just he's been more productive. And like you have to think, I'm not saying hit the panic button early with these guys, but like guys like Brandon Cooks and like DJ Moore, like I would start thinking about if you really have a bad record, need help on running back, because I need help because I had David Montgomery. Luckily, I picked up his backup, but that's still a toss-up for me. You need help at running back. You start looking for like offers for like a tier 2 running back with like Brandon Cooks and a DJ Moore because they're struggling right now, and you just don't know what they're going to give you.
It's tough. Alvin Kamara is probably one of the toughest players right now to gauge. I really truly believe it. But
yeah, let's keep this rolling, fellas. T, you said your dog of the day was who?
I mean, Rob, you said Jacksonville's your dog, so I'll give another one then. And Detroit minus 3.5 with all those players out. I just don't think the Seahawks is like. I don't think that's a reasonable dog. I think that's a very much of a toss-up now with all those players out.
Question for you, Tyler. Would you do Ravens plus 3 against Buffalo? With that set banged up secondary?
I mean, I wouldn't be any bit surprised if the Ravens won that game. Hold on, I'm looking at these lines right now.
I'll give mine. My dog of the day it's not really a dog, but I don't even know why they're underdogs. Cardinals plus 1. I have no faith in Baker Mayfield. Y'all know how I feel about him.
I mean,
Christian McCaffrey.
There's just no
Christian
big
McCaffrey's
dogs
pissing me off. I mean, another. I don't know. That offense is obviously in shambles. And you saw that interview from DJ Moore the other day. He wanted to throw Matt Rule under the bus so bad, but he was trying not to. Those reporters always get under their skin and try to get juicy information out of them. But my dog of the day is the Cardinals plus 1. I think Kyler will come in and do his thing.
He'll have a lot better performance than he did last week.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say Falcons plus 1 as well. Then for me,
so Falcons plus 1.
I got the Jags. I'm
Jags
writing
plus 6.5. Cool.
Is that the bad line? for the Jags?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it
Oh
was-
yeah, 6.5. I'll still do it. Yeah, it's not that I don't have faith in the Eagles. I just think the Jags are a lot better than what that line's going to be, and yeah, I think that game's going to be a lot closer than 6.5 points.
Fellas, how about we give our followers and all of our listeners a little start sit action for everyone? How about we
Yeah,
just
you
give
have
someone
Jake. You had some interesting start sets. I want to hear yours.
Yeah. I'll get mine real quick.
Do we got the
my
graphics
starts.
ready or no? Not yet.
No,
Okay, all good.
I don't have I don't have it right now.
No,
So
you're good. You're
that's
good.
my bad.
No, you're good.
My start, he's probably starting on your team if you have him, but he is somebody that maybe if you have another option, you might start him over him. But I think that for sure you got to start him. No way is Hawkinson. Obviously, last year he kind of was kind of on the come up. He was like top 5, I guess you could say. People were saying. Then this year he's not really doing much. He did catch a touchdown last week, but kind of like your boy Amon is out. Tyler, you got no Swift. You got a couple people out missing, so I think this opens up.
No DJ Chark either.
No DJ Chark either. He just got rolled out. I think. Let's see. Let me predict a quick little line for him. Hey, really quick for all the followers out there. I almost hit on my Tyreek Hill prediction from last week. I want to throw that out there for the stream. I predicted 10 catches for 180 yards and a touchdown, and that man had. For all of our followers out there, I got to get this on the record because I was super close. I remember that man had 10 catches for 160 yards, and he dropped the fucking touchdown in the end zone. So 10 for 160. I was close. I said 10 for 180 and a tutty. But Hawkinson, I could see 7 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown. I could see a 20-point performance from Hawkinson today for sure, with all the pieces out. And then my sit, I'll buy in on the Cowboys this week, T. It's Carson Wentz. I don't want anything to do with him. He just scares me too much, man. He's just too. God,
I don't know who would be in their right mind thinking about starting him, though. That's the thing.
It's not a bye week yet, so you don't.
Yeah, no. I mean, maybe some people waited super long to take a quarterback. I mean, people do it out there. I'm trying.
I guess he scored high the first couple of weeks. That's true.
Yeah, I'm trying to give our viewers people that aren't like obvious people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I'm trying to go out on a limb and say some people, but or I'll even say someone else, like other offensive pieces on the Redskins or Commanders, I guess you can say nowadays. I'm in on the Cowboys this week, so obviously they were in my lock of the week too. So anyone on the card or anyone on the Commanders offense, I don't want nothing to do with. But yeah, I think Micah Parsons in that defense is going to tear up Carson.
You know, I think if there's one player that you want to start this week that's on the Commanders, it's got to be Curtis Samuel. The way that they use him in the passing game, they like to get it out quick, little like tunnel screens and things like that. That's probably the one thing that the Cowboys struggled with last week against the Giants is they got hit a couple times defending the screen. And now we'll see. I mean, Carson Wentz loves to hold on to the ball, but if they call a screenplay, then it's pretty much going to go that way. And I think Curtis Samuel might be the one safe bet to start.
I mean, somebody's gonna get some catches,
especially in a PPR. Even if he catches a screen and gets 3 yards, that's 1.3 points.
So, what about you, T? Your one start, your one sit. Somebody that's not obvious.
Okay, I got a little 2-4 right here. My start of the week, I think you got to play, and most people probably have to, just in terms of draft capital. But I'm in a league where I don't necessarily have to play him. I could have started Chris Olave, which right now I might be upset about. But
no, you're not too upset. He did catch a touchdown. But
I got to start Brandon Cooks this week against the Chargers. I think at home he plays a lot better too. Davis Mills plays a little bit better at home. I'm still real high on Brandon Cooks, even though he hasn't had a breakout game. His target numbers is like 11, 10, and 8 targets the past 3 weeks.
Oh, he's getting the targets. He just can't catch the ball.
I think he's due. And then this might be a little obvious. I'll give one more start of the week. I think you got to start Herbert. You might have some better options, name options at running back.
Come on, Tyler.
I really don't think it is. I got on one of my teams. I got James Robinson, Josh Jacobs, and Antonio Gibson. And
quarterbacks. We're talking quarterbacks.
Yeah, he was talking about Herbert, the Bears running back.
Oh, I thought you meant Justin Herbert.
No,
he's
Khalil
talking-
Herbert.
He's Khalil.
That's a
Different Herbert.
But yeah, still, yeah, for sure. I love Khalil. I'm with you on that, T.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson running touchdown for all of our viewers out there.
Oh wow.
Just did a little jet sweep kind of action.
Where can Dalvin Cook not get in the damn end zone? You got Madison scoring earlier,
man.
He's
he was on the field. He's running off the field right now. He was out there.
In my keeper league, I had the last pick of the draft, 14th overall, and I kept Dalvin Cook from the previous season, and I took him in the first round. The way the rules work, if you keep a player, they insert into your draft pick for that round.
Yeah.
So I took Dalvin Cook 114, which I think was great value. And I just haven't gotten the return on it yet, but we'll see. Just another side thing. A guy got to keep Cooper Kupp in round 3 and Jamar Chase in round 5. That's how he started his draft. But he's 1-3 though, or 1-2. But
Jamar Chase hasn't been doing anything this year.
Yeah.
So
I must sit of the week, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His snap share has been going down.
Yeah.
I think he's performed very well so far, above expectations. I just don't see it keeping up. He's kind of been a touchdown-dependent guy. Jerick McKinnon is out-snapping him. I think this is the week that CEH owners start, getting a little worried. And then another one, this is a little bit obvious, but anybody in the Patriots wide receiver room, with Brian Hoyer coming in to Green Bay, don't want any part of that. You may have Devontae Parker, debating between him at the flex role. Go with someone else.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna jump in on that. I'm looking through my sets, but I'll give you a 2 for a must start. So I'm gonna start Romeo Doubs for the Green Bay Packers. As a flex, or if you're, I mean every week we come on the show and I'm always on top. Romeo Doubs is gonna be the next guy. He's gonna be the number 1 wide receiver. If you look at targets of all the wide receivers on the Green Bay Packers, he has the second most targets. So Aaron is starting to trust him. Last game, he played against a really good secondary in Tampa. Todd Bowles is a good defensive coordinator. So he's now playing Bill Belichick with not as much talent on the defensive side. I know they're ranked 5th still, but I still trust with David Bakhtiari back and the offensive line coming back to its form. You're going to see a lot more of Romeo Doubs today.
Are they going to leave him in the whole game, Bakhtiari? They were rotating him last week.
And I think they're still afraid that he might tear, because he had 3 surgeries in the past
they're just trying to get him in shape,
months.
Get his legs under him.
So I think they're trying to just avoid a 4th surgery, because as an offensive line, 4 surgeries on the knee in about a year span or a year and a half.
There's no way that thing's not healed though. Like if he's out there, that thing's healed. I think it's more of just a conditioning thing, getting him back in the football.
So I think he probably will play more snaps he did last week, but I think the offensive line is always still great for the Green Bay Packers. Another must start for me is Wilson out of New York, Garrett Wilson. Zach Wilson is back. My boy out of BYU, Mr. Gunslinger. Yeah. Mr. I bang my mom's friends on the low. Garrett Wilson with Joe Flacco.
What a dog.
Garrett Wilson with Joe Flacco. His targets were 8, 14, and 11. Zach Wilson is a better passer than Joe, obviously much younger, and he loves throwing the ball down the field. I think those targets maintain. I think this week he's probably going to go 14 for 9, probably $120 and a touchdown. So against Pittsburgh, who without TJ Watt, that defense isn't very scary anymore.
Dude, I think you're going to see a regression for the New York Jets in their passing offense.
I do too.
I think Zach Wilson's going to tuck it and run a little bit more than Flacco. I think there's going to be a regression.
I don't know. I think Zach Wilson is bringing a deep threat down the field. Joe Flacco, how old is Joe Flacco? Like 36 or something like that, or 35. He hasn't really thrown the ball down the field as well since the Ravens.
I think he's top 5 in passing right now.
Well, yeah. When you're throwing 60, when you're playing behind and you have to throw the ball 60 times a day,
I think one of my must start D's of the week is the Steelers. I think they're gonna.
I have no faith.
I think they're gonna fuck the Jets.
Look at the record when TJ Watt is out of that defense.
I low key almost picked up the Steelers this week for this game.
Yeah, I hate Zach Wilson.
It's not a good bet. I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead. But I think they're like 0-6 or 0-7 with TJ Watt out with that defense. So I mean, I don't know.
Record's
if you want to take
good. I can't remember the number, but you're right.
Tyler,
it's not a good number.
If Zach Wilson's over under was like 1.5 for interceptions, would you be tempted to take the over?
1.5, no. But it's
no.
I bet.
But if it was a juicy line, if it was maybe like plus 200 or something, would you be interested to throw a little something on it?
Maybe I throw like a 20 on it if it was juicy. For me,
like I think he's guaranteed to throw 2 picks today. He loves forcing it, unless he just shows me something that he's taking a major step.
I mean, you don't know because he's been hurt, so it's kind of hard to say. I think he's going to come out there swinging.
I think what the Jets are going to come out and do, they're going to try to run the ball a little bit more, and they're going to be running a bunch of RPOs with Zach Wilson. They're going to roll him out, quick hitters. I think he hasn't played a game yet all season, and
I just don't think
he didn't have much preseason work either. I think he's going to be sloppy today.
I don't think you're going to run an RPO with a guy that just came in. So I don't know.
I think that's the best thing to do with guys that just came in. RPOs read one guy. That's all they have to do. They don't have to read the whole defense.
Well, usually with quarterbacks with Jalen Hurts, he reads, and the read is give the ball to the running back, but he decides I'm going to run the ball for 2 yards because I just want to have the ball in my hands. So I have a twofer, and one is a part, and for me it's kind of obvious. I'm going to go with the first one though. Is bench Rashard Penny. I just think that offense is too scary. I have DK Metcalf in one of my leagues, and I'm starting him. I have more faith of Geno Smith throwing the ball than actually, those running backs actually running the ball down the field. And it seems like most of those games are throwing games, not running the ball and wasting the clock.
The way the Seahawks have played on offense has been a little contradicting from what I thought they would do at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I thought Rashard Penny was going to be at least a top 15 running back, and it's just like ain't shit. Literally ain't shit. He has first game 7 points, 12 attempts, 6 yards. Second game 6 and 15. Third game 14-66.
I think they got to make a quarterback change soon. They got to switch it up.
When your backup quarterback is Drew Lock and Geno Smith, what quarterback?
But I feel like Geno Smith is he's been in the league 8-9 years. It's like he's proven like he's not a number one guy. Drew Lock's been in the league maybe 2 or 3 years, and he got hot with Denver like 2 years ago. I think his rookie season or something. He was playing pretty good.
I call him Young
Jeezy, man.
Call him Young Jeezy.
That team.
I just think
I think that they should be playing Drew Lock to see if he has something.
For sure, you got to see at least.
And you know what? If you're
sitting there with I don't know, like a James Robinson, Rashard Penny, and like Antonio Gibson, I would rather start Antonio Gibson and James Robinson over Rashard Penny any day.
Oh, for sure, easy, yeah.
So I'm benching him, and then I'm gonna go twofer. I'm always on this now. I wouldn't start either Cam Akers or Darrell Henderson until you know who's going to have the snap count on those running back situations. Those two are huge risks.
I think the only guys you can start for the Rams is Kupp and
Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. 3, and the defense 4 if you want to go that. But like those running backs, you just don't know because one day it could be Henderson goes off for like 12 rushes and like 60 yards and touchdown, and out snaps Cam for like 22-4, and then the next week he could be even, and next week after that could be Cam Akers. You just don't know. It's too much a high risk. I'm benching both. If you would definitely have a better running back to duo, I would just don't even worry about those two. So those are my picks.
Well, let's. I know I got something to do here soon.
You got to go to the damn bar and get drunk. That's what you got to do. You got to go to the damn bar.
I got to get up there.
Drink some fucking Jaeger bombs and drink some Miller Lights.
Yep.
So my question is for everybody: Sunday Night Football. We have this.
What's our records? I think I'm 1-2. I picked the Niners last week.
I picked Denver. Yeah, I think me and Tyler picked Denver.
Yeah, we're 2-1. Jacob's 1-2.
Y'all are 2-1. I'm 1-2.
So, who we got for Sunday Night Football?
The Bucks. I'm rolling with the GOAT.
Dude, this is a tough fucking pick, man. I don't think Tom Brady and the Bucks play as bad as they did last week. So I think I'm going with Tampa Bay as well.
I'm going with Tampa. You know, you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin back. Like,
you don't want to fade our picks, Rob?
No, I don't.
Come on, Rob. You got to fade them.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to win, and I go for wins.
Trying to win that bottle of liquor.
Hey,
I'm trying to win that bottle of liquor.
I was about to say, the winner of this gets a bottle of liquor at the end of the season, right?
Split between the other two.
I mean, I get it. Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady, but again, the huge question mark for me is always the Kansas City defense, and I don't have questions on the defensive side for Tampa, and I don't have questions. I don't have questions for the offense either. With Chris Godwin back, Michael Evans back, Julio's back. They have Cole Beasley. They have Lenny. They have all these other things. And then the other side of the offense is Juju Smith-Schuster, Clyde Soler, and Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce. Like, honestly, I think that the Tampa Bay offense is better than the Chiefs' offense right now.
Really?
Just with all the weapons.
When healthy, yeah.
When healthy, yeah. I mean, come on.
I would take Lenny, Godwin, Evans over.
I would take Lenny over
CEH.
I'm not saying that they're not more talented, because I believe that Tampa Bay is more talented. But right now, with the way that they've been playing, Kansas City's looked better on offense, no doubt.
Yeah, but I mean, you had to also think last week there was no Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
I understand
there was Mike Evans for.
What about week 1 when they scored essentially 13 points throughout most of the game against
Godwin
the Cowboys?
got knocked out.
But Godwin got knocked out like at the beginning of the game. So I mean, it's just. I mean, they still won the game. I mean, I could say the exact same thing about the Cowboys. What happened Monday Night Football when they were down most of the game?
Boys,
they won.
They weren't down most of the game. They were down for one possession.
They still won though.
Yeah,
Will Lutz 60-yard field goal to tie the game. It's good.
Oh, Will Sluts.
Oh shit! Who has Will Lutz?
Party with Sluts.
But 60-yard bomb.
This obviously doesn't determine our record. We already made our picks. We're all on Tampa Bay, but I want a score prediction for you guys before we sign off here. I'm
27-24 Bucks.
Rob,
who's missing the field goal? That's my question.
What's Madoodle? The dumbass new kicker for the Chiefs they just signed, Matt Wright or something. Who's that guy?
I'm having 35-28 Bucks.
5-28. See,
Matthew.
I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it is
35-28 is pretty high.
Well, what does Vegas have the over? What does Vegas have the over under at?
I'm going 31-29 Tampa Bay.
Oh wow, that's
who
pretty much
the
where
safety.
The over under is 46.
46.
You know those fans over there in London were going crazy for that 60-yard try.
Oh yeah, they love this shit.
Go!
You go. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Sorry about that.
Well, fellas.
Yeah, I got to get going. We're cutting a little short today. I know we got started a little bit later. We'll
try to be on time.
It's still a solid show. I mean, I think we covered everything we wanted to.
We're off the clock, man. We're on our own time. We're off the clock.
So that's the main portion of it.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I'll go watch my Texans get fucked again and go 0-3-1.
Hey, I got a question for you, Jacob. Down there in New Braunfels, the Cowboys and Texans both play at the same time today. Who's on TV? Are they both on TV at the same time? What? You get Dallas Sports, right? Where you're at? Huh?
What's the time?
Okay.
Let's see.
CBS at Fox, Fox is Dallas and Houston is CBS. That's how it usually is.
Yeah, but here,
so I'm getting the Texans Chargers game on CBS, and I'm getting the Cowboys and Commanders game on Fox.
You are getting the game.
Both. I'm getting
them both. I don't get the Cowboys game here.
No, you got to get YouTube TV. It's $60 a month, and you get literally so many fucking channels.
YouTube TV dropped the ad.
Yeah,
this stream is sponsored by YouTube.
We're not. Yeah, hopefully one day.
One day, but not right now.
But see, YouTube TV, bro, $60 a month, you get 4 or 5 games on Saturdays for college football. There's at least 5-6 games on every single day, and you can watch them all.
You get Red Zone. You get
the
all
Big
your
Ten
like
Network,
movie
you get
channels.
SEC,
You
you
get
get
everything.
all
It's not
that
just
stuff.
sports. Yeah,
It's
You gotta
great,
go to it, bro.
honestly.
Well, there's a little tip for our viewers. Another thing, you can also find us on YouTube for $0 charge every Sunday live, and also on Thursdays for our weekly episodes that drop. But
Yep.
until next time, fellas, y'all have a good one. Enjoy your week,
See ya.
or enjoy your weekend. Rest of it.